After a letdown with this year's Madden title, I was walking into NHL 24 with some understandable apprehension. But to my surprise, NHL 24 is the most fun I've had on the ice in years. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the review, and let's dive into why this is the NHL game you're going to want to own. The biggest feature hitting the frozen ponds in NHL 24 is the new full pressure system. The premise is straightforward. You apply more pressure on the offensive zone, the meter fills up, and once full, you're granted 30 seconds of advantage within the zone. I love the pressure system because as a defenseman myself, it feels accurate to how real-life hockey plays out. You get stuck in your zone, your legs are in quicksand, the opponents feel like they're breathing down your neck, and all you want to do is clear it out or get your goalie to cover that puck. It is one of the few new mechanics in a sports game that feel like it captures what it's like in an actual NHL game. There were some occasional moments where the AI will purposely linger in the zone when they seem to have a clear breakout option, but it didn't happen often enough where it felt like an issue. A nice little nuance that the system also creates is the increase in counterattacks. When the 30-second window activates, it's easy to want to keep the pressure on and sink your defenseman into the play. But be careful, because the 3-on-1 or 2-on-1 breakouts can happen in a flash and the other team is lighting up the lamp instead of you. The full pressure feature makes the on-ice action feel more immersive and realistic to how NHL games play out in real life, and I absolutely love it. Another big overhaul EA brought to NHL this year is the goalie AI and new save abilities. In NHLs of past, it felt like you could game the system, figure out 2 to 3 shots that worked for you, and then abuse the crap out of them. That feeling has changed drastically in NHL 24 because of goalies now being able to stand on their head. The overhaul in goalie physics means you'll see Marc-Andre Fleury sprawling across the crease or Andrei Vasilevskiy flashing the paddle in desperation. It did take a little getting used to because I saw some redonkulous saves on pucks that felt like a guaranteed goal. But the more time I played, the more it once again felt like real life. We see it in the league all the time where a goalie will turn into an octopus and carry their team to victory. That beautiful and frustrating feeling for the opposition is captured well in NHL 24. When it comes to goal scoring, the key this year is to take advantage of the new pressure system because the goalies get tired similar to the players. So keep that pressure up, shoot for rebounds, and bury those grimy goals in front of the net. If the goalie has a clear side on the shooter, he's saving it 99% of the time. It feels like EA put some respect on goalies' names this year, and I'm absolutely here for it. Similar to the updated goaltending, the overall opponent AI is significantly improved from previous years. In the past, it felt like you could hit stretch passes and cheese the defense with ease. This year, the opponents got smarter and will dummy you if you recycle the same moves over and over. If you streak up the boards and take the D-man wide, it will work a few times, but do it too much and the D will step up and crunch you into the glass. If you love streaking players for stretch passes, you'll see the center drop back and muddy up that neutral zone. The AI not only puts the pressure on you, but now adapts to your playstyle, making the experience feel fluid, intuitive, and full of momentum shifts.
Picking up ahead of steam on the breakaway! Scores! And looking for reaction on the ice, his first.
Two big factors to how players feel on the ice this year are the revamped physics and control of the players. In NHL 24, skaters can now take hits while maintaining the puck, shoot off balance, and check the opponent like never before. In past years, if you had possession of the puck and got mildly bumped, the puck is off your tape and helplessly gliding away from you. Now if a hit is weak, a strong player will be able to absorb the blow and maintain possession just like the real deal. The same concept applies to the shot creating as you have the ability to get bumped and still get a shot on net. It might not be the most accurate or powerful shot, but there were multiple occasions where my boy Mikko the Moose Rantanen tickled the twine with an off-balance shot around a defender. It's an absolute beauty to experience because it feels like EA captured how talented, strong, and versatile NHL players are. The last change to the player physics that personally took the longest to get used to is the body checking. This year, you have the luxury of laying 3 different types of hits to body bag your opponents with hit stick, hip check, and forearm shoves. My personal favorite is tapping into my best Rob Blake impression and showing opponents that these hips don't lie. What makes it more difficult compared to years past is the timing of the hitting. If you're a little early or a little late, the hit won't register and you'll be stuck looking like a pigeon as the opponents now have an odd man rush. Once you get the timing down, it feels great, but it is a noticeable change from years past. The final aspect to how your players behave is the new total control button mapping. In NHL 23, if you wanted to pull a toe drag, Michigan, Datsuk, or Forsberg, you'd have to master it on the right thumbstick. You still have the right stick option this year, but the total control layout puts the Michigan, toe drag, and other specialty moves on dedicated buttons. This might agitate some players who want to gatekeep the moves and call it a skill issue, but I think it's a welcome option for those who want to be flashy without spending a ton of time on the practice ice. Part of what makes hockey amazing is how electric the barns get once the puck drops. This year has some great additions with the neon sticks lighting up the crowd, home fans booing when their team plays poorly, and more goal celebrations than ever to really get those crowds going. I loved hearing the Pittsburgh fans boo their own players because we were boat racing them 5-0 in the second period.
It's his first of the season and his teammates look just as pumped.
It's these little things that add to the experience and get you hyped each and every game. The other aspects of the presentation that I really enjoy are the broken glass animations, checking into the bench, Cheryl Pounder as the new color commentator, dynamic boards, and the addition of the greatest stick of all time. Ooh, baby, is that yellow Eastern synergy an absolute beauty! The broken glass animations and checking into the benches adds another layer of immersion to the on-ice experience that put a smile on my face and kept me wanting more. Cheryl Pounder, the new color commentator, helps amplify the excitement as she brings a fresh voice to the franchise and does a fantastic job in her variety and voiceover work.
Well, that's an unbelievable save. A grade A scoring chance taken away as he flashes the leather and makes the stop.
The last presentation aspect that's a nice feature is the dynamic board animations. This year, the boards will dynamically change from advertisements to things like time left in the period, specific player stats, and the full pressure countdown. I was worried that it would be a distraction, but it ultimately added to the overall immersion of the game. When the boards go red, it feels like the pressure is on, and it adds this sense of uneasiness for the defending team that felt like a great touch. While there's a ton to gush about in NHL 24, it's not immune to some criticism in a few areas. My main and really only issue with the newest chel is the lack of change within most of the game modes. Be a Pro is exactly the same, Ultimate Team is what you've come to expect, and the rest of the offline modes feel familiar from past iterations. Due to the nature of a new game coming out every year, I understand that it's not feasible to overhaul every feature or mode year over year. But what I would love to see is EA allowing players to carry over save files from game modes that didn't change. If a game mode gets an overhaul, I have no problem starting a new skater from scratch. The only real change to any of the game modes is the addition of a battle pass for World of Chel. I initially groaned when seeing the Battle Pass, but was pleasantly surprised when I saw a message saying that Season 1 Battle Pass is free for all players. I thought that was a nice gesture that is even better knowing that you can earn credits to pay for future Battle Passes if you complete the entire Season 1 pass. Don't get me wrong, I'm not patting EA on the back for finding another way to further monetize their game, but I do appreciate them tossing the first Battle Pass for free and allowing players to earn future passes. While the game modes haven't changed much at all from NHL 23, EA brings to the table an on-ice experience that makes those recycled game modes easier to forgive. The pressure system, updated AI, revamped physics, and cracked out goalies make NHL 24 one of my favorite hockey games to date. If you're an NHL fan who may have taken a break in purchasing the newest title, this will be the year to reinvest back into the chel franchise. Each goal will have you jumping out of your seat, dapping it up with the boys, and craving the next game on the schedule. It's far from perfect, but captures the essence of what I feel is authentic and compelling hockey. That is ultimately what is most important to me and keeps you coming back for more. NHL 24 dangles up the ice and goes bar down on a wicked wrister with an 8 out of 10. And that right there is the review of NHL 24. Drop a comment and let me know what you think and if you're having as much fun as I am. If you enjoyed the review, a like goes a long way, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, you'd be an absolute legend. This is Josh Robinson with Joystick Gamer. Thank you as always, and stay gaming out there.